Hello, my dear students. A very warm good morning and welcome to today's class. The grammar lesson we are currently discussing is modals. Modals or modal auxiliaries are usually used along with the main verbs and not alone. Together with the main verbs that follow, the modal auxiliaries convey the mode or manner of actions indicated by the verbs. They express such ideas as possibility, ability, probability, permission, obligation, or duty. Well, in the previous class, we learned the usage of modals such as be able to, can, could, may, might. And in this class, we will learn two other modals, must and dare. Let's start with must. Must refers to the present or the future tense. We can use must to refer to both the present and the future tense. For example, all visitors must report to reception. Here must refers to a necessity or a rule. You must show your ticket. In this sentence, must refers to a necessity. Without showing your ticket, you cannot enter the hall. You must show your ticket. That is a rule. That is a necessity. We use must to indicate that it is necessary to do something, sometimes involving a rule or a law. We can also use must to denote certainty or strong belief. All that exists in the world must perish one day. It is certain that everyone must perish one day. So when we are sure of something, when we are certain of something, to denote that we use must. All born must die one day. All that exists in the world must perish one day. If you are born in this world, you must die one day. Must refers to certainty or a strong belief. The councillor must be tired of listening to the complaints of the residents of the area. Here in this sentence we used must to indicate that something is certainly true. When we are sure that something is certainly true, when we are sure of something, we use must to indicate that. In deductions we use must to indicate that something is certain or something is sure. The councillor must be tired of listening to the complaints of the residents of the area. You know that the residents of the area are complaining continuously. You know that every day the residents complain. So you are sure that the councillor is tired. So you say the councillor must be tired of listening to the complaints. You must be hungry after all that walking. You know that the listener walked for a long distance. So you are sure that the listener is hungry. So you say you must be hungry after all that walking. In deductions, when we realize that something is certainly true or when we are sure of something, we use must to indicate the certainty. You simply must be read this book. In this sentence, what is the usage of must? We use must to recommend that someone do something because you think it is a good idea. In this sentence, what is the meaning? The meaning is that you simply must read this book. Means you have already read the book and you like the book very much. It's a very good book. So you want others also to read the book. So you say you simply must read this book. We must get together soon for lunch. You feel that it's a good idea to have a lunch together. So you say we must get together soon for a lunch. To recommend that someone do something because you think it is a good idea. We use must to recommend that someone do something because you think it's a good idea. Now let's learn the use of dare. Dare means to have the courage to do something. When we want to say that someone has the courage to do something, we use dare in the sentence. Dare is mostly used in interrogative sentences. Dare he behave rudely with me is an interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence is a sentence that asks a question. A sentence that asks a question is an interrogative sentence. Dare he behave rudely with me? Interrogative sentence is a sentence asking question. Dare he say this? another interrogative sentence. So what do we understand? We understand that dare we use in interrogative sentences. Dare means to have the courage to do something. We can also use dare in negative sentences. Negative sentence is a sentence that has not in it. He dare not come here is a negative sentence. We can also use dare in negative sentences. She dare not say this. We can use dare in negative sentences. We can also use dare to show that someone possesses courage to face someone or do something. Someone has courage to do something. For example, India is ready to dare any foreign attack. Here the meaning is that India has the courage to face any foreign attack. India possesses courage to face any foreign attack. India is ready to dare any foreign attack. We can also use dare to express a challenge, to indicate a challenge. I dare you to eat all the food on the table. Dare is used to express a challenge. I dare you to prove that my observation is wrong. I dare, meaning I challenge you. I dare you to eat. That is, I challenge you. Okay, dare is used in the sense challenge. Dare is used to indicate a challenge. Well, children, today we have learned the use of two models, must and dare. We will continue with the rest of the models in the next class. Thank you.